Yo, what is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about a big story that many people have been talking about after this past weekend, and it's still continuing into this week as some more stuff has kind of transpired, or whatever the right word is. This is whether or not we have a budding young superstar potential player and personality on TSM. In this video today, we're going to be breaking down what has been going on with TSM Soul recently, and if he is going to be the next big face of the LCS. This is something that a lot of people have been throwing around recently, and I definitely have some thoughts and opinions. With that being said, first up, a word from today's sponsor, which is, of course, Prize Picks. This is daily fantasy made easy, the easiest and fastest way to play daily fantasy sports. All you have to do is pick over or under on player props to win up to 10x your cash. They offer big payouts, 24/7 live support, and fast and secure withdrawals. It's really everything that you could ask for. Some of the picks that I'm looking at for tomorrow's games, I'm going Teddy under 4 kills in the first 2 maps against T1. Obviously, T1's a really good team. I don't know. Teddy, good luck to you. And then I'm going Summit over 5 kills in the first 2 maps against AL. Summit has been on fire as of late. He's looking like a very, very strong top laner over in the LPL, and he's a guy who I like rooting for watching. If you guys want to make some picks of your own, definitely check out the first link in the description below, where when you get signed up, Prize Picks is going to match your first deposit up to $100. It's an awesome, awesome deal. So thank you so much to them for supporting me. Hopefully you guys go check them out. With that being said, let's get right into this. So what we're talking in today, like I said, is all about TSM. They had this whole crazy roster situation of Huni being out with an injury. Maybe he's going to retire. Maybe he's coming back. Maybe he's going to heal up. Maybe he's going to coach. Maybe he's going to end up on the analyst desk. Maybe he's going to be a caster. I don't know. It seems like Huni can really do it all. And obviously he has so many fans and supporters in the scene. Like when he was on the analyst desk, that was cool. When he was casting, that was a lot of fun. What we're hearing behind the scenes is that he's a really great top lane coach, and he's been helping out Soul a ton as well, and obviously he was a pretty damn good player at certain points in his career. But Soul was coming into the top lane. Then we had obviously Tactical and Mia getting benched, Instinct coming in, we had Chime coming in over from Golden Guardians Academy, all this craziness. Spica, Maple, they're still there, but everything around them is changing like it has been throughout the entire year. So TSM was coming in with definitely some low expectations, and we can obviously, I'm going to pull up their first game first. They had their first game of the week, which did not necessarily go so great. TSM was playing Cloud9 in their first match on Saturday. Here we have it, and yeah, things didn't go great. You had, this is all messed up. I think they have Copy in the top lane for some reason, but we had Soul going 0-4-4 on Shyvana. We had Spica, Chime going 1-5-5 on Renata. Instinct actually looked decent on the Zeri, but Maple 3-7, Fudge 8-0. Having to go up against Fudge in your first game as an LCS top laner, that's not necessarily great. But C9, they're a good team. They have a lot of veteran players. They should have beat up on this TSM team, and they did. 20-9 in kills. TSM only got 1 tower. They got nothing else. But this next game, TSM would bounce back. And this is against FlyQuest. And you might think, oh, FlyQuest, they're not a good team, whatever. They're a boring org. They're a small org. FlyQuest has been doing really, really good recently. They've been beating a lot of good teams. They've been winning a lot of games. And TSM showed up in a big way. A 16-1 victory. And in this game, Soul had a very, very nice game on the Gnar, going 2-1-7. Instinct got a pentakill. Chime had a bunch of big plays. But what a lot of people are talking about is the fact that Soul and Instinct got in the post-game interview, and Soul really stole the show from there. He came into the interview, and these were things that I already knew about. These were things that I was already telling you guys about last week and even the week before, that this guy has a bright personality. He has charisma. He talks on the mic. He trash talks. He loves to have fun, and he trash talked coming into these games. He trash talked against Cloud9, even though that one didn't go their way. He trash talked against FlyQuest. Obviously, in this game, he was matching up against Philip, which is a much easier matchup and a much more winnable matchup for him versus somebody like Fudge or whatever. But this guy, he's a trash talker, and he hopped on the mic, and you can see in the Reddit thread, the number 3 post on this says, "What the fuck? I love Soul now after this interview, LOL." He said, "Dude was so nice. Holy shit." Another comment, 2 comments down, "I'm a Soul fan. He seems so hard to dislike. He's like top lane Wild Turtle out there smiling the whole time." But not only that, he's smiling the whole time. He has that Wild Turtle, but I don't think Wild Turtle ever talked a ton of trash or ever really got too much into that. And Soul is willing to talk trash as well. He's not just super. I mean, he does seem like a super nice person. He's smiley. He's fun. It seems like positive energy. That is so much of what TSM needs right now. TSM needs that outward facing to maybe bring back some fans, but also bring some positive energy to TSM to bring in some new fans and stuff, because they've been so negative, so drama, so, the Reggie, the Peter Zhang, all this different stuff, people coming and going, their team has been bad, all this negativity, having something positive, but also behind the scenes, I have to imagine a bright, smiley, cheery person going on. That's got to be good for the environment behind the scenes as well, because again, things have been bad outwardly, but things have probably been bad inwardly as well. But so many people saying that they are Soul fans. Then we also had, people on TSM subreddit, like, probably a stupid question, but does Soul stream? People are wanting to get more of this guy. People, just from their interview and stuff, they did not get enough of him. They want to say, hey, let's tune into a stream. Let's get him going. And then everyone has been talking about how, like, hey, this is a young player. He's on a big organization like TSM. He likes to talk trash. He's good in interviews. He's been playing. He was really good in amateur. He was pretty good in academy. Now he's already coming into LCS. He already went 2-1-7 in one of his games. He had a really nice TP into a Gnar ult to win the game for TSM, or to help break the game open. Like, hey, could this guy be who we need? Because you look around and people are talking about, oh, LCS is dying. All the players are boring, viewership's way down. Like, oh, back in the day, we had Doublelift, we had Prime, Bjergsen, Doublelift's talking trash. He's popping off. They're on TSM, the biggest team, all that. And I've said that before. Everyone wants to call me a TSM hater or whatever. And like, no, the LCS is better when TSM is good. TSM is a very popular team. They're a team that you love to love. They're a team that you love to hate. Everything in between. We want TSM to be good. We want TSM to have exciting players, fun personalities, all that. That is the peak of the LCS for sure, and we can surely get back to that. But everyone's like, hey, is Soul going to be that next guy for TSM? Is Soul going to be that next guy for the LCS? He even went on this week. He was already on Hotline League. He's already getting featured in content. People are already tuning in to ask this guy questions, to see what's going on. From what I've seen, this Hotline League episode was very, very well received as well. And this is a really, really funny clip that I just wanted to show you guys, talking about the limits of Hooney's coaching. Soul talking about how him and Hooney have maybe been working or not working together behind the scenes.
You mentioned you do a lot of 1v1s as practice. Mm-hmm. Is that against Hooney or just other people?
So I just try to find people that are good at their champions. So like if I'm trying to do like 1v1s against Gnar or Rumble, I'll ask Cooney. But if I'm trying to like 1v1 against a Gwen, I wouldn't ask Cooney, So yeah, fair enough.
And that's just hilarious. And in that 22-second clip, you already see more personality than 90% of the players in the LCS. And again, we are so starved for interesting, entertaining, but also good and compelling players and storylines that, yes, it seems like the stars are aligning for Soul to potentially be something good in the future. Now, I do think people are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. I will say, this guy was good for AoE Immortals, and he was okay for TSM Academy from what I've seen. He had some big moments. He had some pop-off games, but I think overall, it wasn't like dominant in the LCS Academy scene or anything like that. So I don't know if he's quite ready for the LCS yet. I don't know if he's going to be consistently good in the LCS. I don't know. But yes, if you want to be interesting, entertaining, fun, all that stuff, that's amazing. But the foundation is being good at League of Legends. You have to be someone that's entertaining, exciting, fun, and good. If you are just that guy and you are bad, you're going to get clowned on. You're going to get memed on. People are going to ask, if you're taking things seriously, or you're just going to, end up not in the league. Again, he's playing for TSM, which is a bottom tier team in the league right now. If he does bad for them, like, hey, where's he going to go next? Like, yeah, just because he's cool or whatever doesn't mean people are just going to give him free spots. So I do think that he has a ton of potential. I think he has superstar potential. I tweeted that out. I was like, hey, this guy checks all the boxes, but And I think he's going to continue to work on his game, all that. I'm not worried about him, like, not working on his game or anything like that. But they're starting to put a lot of pressure on him. People are starting to, build him up. He's played 2 games in the LCS. Now he's on Hotline League. He's doing interviews. People are talking about him. This is probably a lot of stuff he hasn't been used to before. I think he's like 18, 19 years old. Some people are ready for that moment. Some people are ready for that pressure. Some people, it gets to their head and they get an ego. Some people, it doesn't affect them at all, and they just blossom into something amazing. So, hey, Soul does have insane potential, and you want to keep your eye on this guy. And yeah, if he does stream, check it out. If you see an interview of his, check it out. If you see, articles about him or whatever, or interviews, check him out, because he's going to be funny. He's going to have stuff to say. But I do hope he continues to grow. I hope he continues to get better. I hope TSM is an environment and a facility and everything where he can get good. Obviously, Hooney as a coach is an amazing resource, all these things. And yes, this guy, 2-3 years from now, he could be one of the faces of the LCS. But just because you have a lot of potential doesn't necessarily get you anything. You have to make something of that potential as well. So I want to tell everyone, hey, I get it. I get why everyone's hyped. I get why everyone is excited. Maybe pump the brakes a little bit. Maybe give this kid some room, some space. Let him go. Let him pop up. Let him do his thing. And we'll see how it all works out. And hey, if it works out, I'm all for, giving him all the praise, building him up. Let's get it going. But maybe he's not there just yet. I don't know. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Let me drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys think about Seoul, TSM's new roster, anything like that. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Consider checking out Prize Picks, first link in the description below, and my Discord, the second link in the description below. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.